She got her own house. She got her own house. She got her own house.
Hey family, welcome back to my channel. So Naca released a subtle little update that you may not be aware of. So let's talk about it. I re-attended the home buyers workshop and I got my hands on a little bit of information that I wanted to share with you guys. I was not aware that this had taken place, so just in case some of my other viewers weren't aware as well, I want to go ahead and make a video about it and put it out there for you guys. But we all know about Naca's conforming loan limits, okay? That is the $484,350. That is the maximum amount, basically the maximum mortgage amount allowed if you live in a standard, we'll just call it a standard area or a non-high cost area, okay? Now, most of the United States is considered living in a non-high cost area. For other places, like maybe some parts of California, some parts of New York, they live in high cost area and their maximum mortgage cost or conforming loan limit is a little bit higher. Actually, it's kind of a lot higher than living in a non-high cost area. That amount is $726,525 if you live in a high cost area. Now, this may go without saying, and you guys may already know this, but I'll go ahead and throw it out there as a refresher. You are not allowed, and by that I mean Naca and Bank of America does not allow you to go over that price. Even if you have the money in your bank account or your 401k or whatever to do a principal reduction to buy it down to the $484,350, you can forget about it. It's not going to happen. And now Naca has caught a lot of flack over the past couple of years for not increasing their conforming loan limits, given, the crazy housing market and how much the price of housing has been inflated over the past couple of years, and they feel like Naca's conforming loan limits haven't kept up with the times, so to speak. But Naca has refused to raise those limits. They have been, since I've been in the program, since January of 2021, those have been the same loan limits, okay? But again, that's your maximum amount. Even if you have the funds to do a principal reduction, you are not allowed to go and get a mortgage over that amount. So you may be like, okay, that's clearly not new news. What's the update? You're right. So the update is, at least to me, I was not aware that Naca had the regular kind of standard, and then you had the high cost area. I was not aware that there was a middle. Like there's an area in between where you're not like a non-high cost area. You're not at the 726 in a high cost area, but you may qualify. Your city or your county may qualify right there to be more than the 484, but less than the 726. And so I'll go ahead and walk you guys through how I found that information now. Okay, so of course everything is going to start at www.naca.com. So once you go to the Naca website, you're then going to click on Tools and Resources. And once you get to Tools and Resources, scroll down until you see what's called Loan Limits. And after you click that, you're going to be taken to this screen here. I'll go ahead and flash it now, and we can go ahead and read it. So it says Naca Maximum Acquisition Cost. While you can purchase a property in a large geographic area, there are limits based on your member status, i.e. priority or non-priority, and Naca's maximum acquisition cost. Your purchase price plus any repair escrow funds, i.e. funds for repairs to be completed after closing, cannot exceed your approved maximum mortgage amount or Naca's current maximum loan amount limits. You cannot exceed the below limits by reducing the principal. So I actually forgot to point that out. I'm glad that we read that together. So even if you are doing repairs, you still cannot go past that amount, including the repair. So I just wanted to point that out. I didn't say that earlier, so just make sure if you're buying a pre-existing home, know that you can exceed the $484,000 or the $726,000 or whatever that amount is for your area. So now on that same page that we were just reading, if you scroll down a little bit more past the numbers that I've been giving you guys for the conforming loan limit, you're going to see a button called Open Area Cost. Now, once you click on that button that says that, that's where you're going to be taken to the list of information that you can filter by where you currently live or the area that you are interested in purchasing your Naca home in, and you will find out exactly where you fall. So again, go ahead and filter by state and by county that you're interested in purchasing your Naca home in. And I went ahead and I researched areas that I thought I knew would probably be considered high cost in Texas, but come to find out they aren't. I researched, if you're familiar with the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I researched Collin County, and that was still the 484. And then I researched Travis County, which is Austin, where Austin is located, and that's also still the 484 through the Naca program. So I couldn't find anything. That doesn't mean that there's absolutely nothing in Texas that's not above the 484. But what I did do was research a county in Massachusetts. It's called Essex County. I'll go ahead and flash it on the screen now. And you can see they are not necessarily a high cost area. They're not the 726, but for a single family home, they're at $688,850, okay, for a single family home, which is way above the 484, but not the 726. So that's just an example of what you'll see when you're researching a particular area and how you'll know what's the maximum mortgage amount that you can get. Now, just because that number is listed there does not mean that Naca is going to approve you for a mortgage of that amount, or that you can request a mortgage of that amount. Remember, this is all still based on your affordability. If you have some questions about your affordability, I'll go ahead and link a video up top for you to check out, and you can calculate it on your own so that you can kind of know at least a general idea of where you fall with your affordability as far as Naca, the way that Naca determines your affordability, okay? So just keep that in mind. Just because you can see your area is at 484 or 726 does not mean that you have the green light to go out and go house shopping just because Naca says that that's the maximum mortgage amount, okay? I know that probably goes without saying if you've been in the Naca program for any amount of time, but just in case, I want to put that out there that you cannot just go out and shop for a house for that amount or any kind of amount that you want, honestly, before you get your official PITI from your counselor. But that is it, guys. I hope that this video was super helpful. If I forgot anything, I apologize, but you guys know the drill. Let's jump down in the comments and let's talk about it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and, of course, subscribe. And I will see you guys on my next video because it takes a village. Cheers.